registered. In China, last year, they had over 330 marathons. So why not us as well to use a marathon as a vehicle to ensure that people move from one place to another? And domestic tourism in the region, if you look at Kenya, for example, I think they are way ahead of the rest of us. Every other weekend, people are talking about going to Diani, going to Naivasha, going to Nanyuki. In Uganda, where are we going on the weekends? Ask somebody, ask your neighbor, ask your friend, ask your brother or sister, where are they going next weekend? It's very unlikely they will be heading anywhere 4 hours away from Kampala. So we want to change that narrative. And if we must use a marathon to do that, why not?
Now, talking of a marathon, I know, and I stand to be corrected, but if I'm to go by road from here to Kisoro, that would take me 7 hours. If I'm to use the flight, about 45 minutes. Am I right?
That's right.
Now, let's look at how you plan to roll out this. People are going to go by road, 7 hours on road. Then when they reach, there is a marathon. Take me through how you're planning to do this.
Okay, so when you talk about 7 hours, it sounds scary. But remember, this is an experience. So you're not dashing to go and then come back. You're going to take off, say, 2 days or 3 days to travel and relax and have this experience. The marathon in itself is not a competition. It is participation. Yes, there are those who want to compete and compete against their personal best times, against themselves. But most of us, we are encouraging ourselves to go and participate for good mental health, for physical fitness, for relaxation. The uniqueness also about the Virunga Gorilla Marathon is the fact that it's probably the only marathon right now on the marathon scene in Uganda that is not on tarmac. It's a trail marathon. The difference is that a trail marathon is in the on the footpaths, on the small narrow roads passing by people's homes in those hills of Kisoro. It's not on the tarmac, on the main road. So if you're going to take off your 7 hours to have this experience, I think it is worth it in every way.
Indeed, when you explain it's not about competition who wins, but it has more benefits that come along with it. Well, in case you've just joined, we are talking about the Virunga Gorilla Marathon that is going to be happening, and this is aimed at promoting domestic tourism, that us Ugandans get to know the different parts of this country. You may not know, but I was in Jinja some time back, and I discovered that there are even very many people in Jinja who have never come to the source of the Nile. And I was very shocked. Very many people in Jinja have never come to visit the source of the Nile. And if you ask them, they'll really tell you about the bridge. But if you ask them, where is the source of the Nile? They'll tell you it is there as you're on the bridge, that is the source of the Nile. So it is very absurd that a Ugandan, you don't know your country, I don't take advantage of these beautiful sceneries where a foreigner comes and pays a lot of money. Now here is an opportunity for you. And allow me quickly move to Moses here.
Yes,
now, I've never been to Kisoro. A person watching us who has never been to Kisoro. Let's begin with those that have never been to Kisoro.
Yes.
And they are willing to be part of this marathon.
Yes.
And they are very eager to know and broaden the advantages you talked about. I was very excited when you talked about the air people breathe there is very different from what we consume here. Now, how are they going to be part of the marathon? What arrangements are there?
Okay, so now there are different tour packages with we have very many local guides that are actually down there on the ground, and also the Virunga Marathon team, the lead on the team what's happening on the ground. So there are quite a number of tour guides and tour operators that are there and have organized and arranged different packages. So of course we've been receiving calls and bookings for those who want to come and see the gorillas. And you two people, our dear viewers who are watching us right now, yes, you too can also come and take part of this. That on the day 31st May, that is going to be the actual day of the run, but you can decide to come a day before, like what Ivan has just mentioned. You can come a day before, have a few activities. You can come. There's a boat cruise on an amazing grace boat on Lake Mutanda. There is a zip lining. There's quite a number of activities that you can do. If you're trying to look for one that can help you relax, or you want to do a nature walk, we have a very, very beautiful waterfall inside Bwindi Impenetrable National Park. You want to come and look out for that. If you're looking for beautiful pictures of scenery, you want to come and relax, you want to earth yourself, even unearthing, this is the hub. I can assure you that as soon as you reach there, I want to keep on re-echoing that you will not at any one point regret having come there. The things that you're going to look at and you're like, oh, actually, am I still in Uganda? You know, even it's not just about the 7 hours, Mr. Chirabo, that when you get in there, the corners, we have actually a sharp corner called Kanava. It's very beautiful, even the pictures that you take there. Even our President, His Excellency, has ever stopped there to take a picture on his way to Kisoro. So even us as fellow countrymen and countrywomen, that this is a very beautiful place, and I can assure you the quality of pictures that you'll also get there, because I know now we're in a very visual generation, and people want to see more than just hearing. So right now, of course, you're just seeing me talking, but I can assure when you get to the point, you realize that, actually, he didn't give us enough of this. So when you come and experience it, so this is the platform that Virunga Gorilla Marathon is arranging and organizing for us to come and experience. Yes, please.
Now, let me give this to Ivan. So how do I get there? We want to look at the arrangement plans, because yes, he's talked about the various tour companies, but a person watching now, and they're eager to run, they're eager to test, feel, see what Moses has been talking about. How have you planned that?
Okay, so first and foremost, you have to go to our website, which is virungagorilamarathon.com, and register and make an online payment. We have seamless payment channels using MomoPay, Stanbic FlexiPay, and OliCash. After you've done the registration, that means you can get your kit, which can be picked up from Bukoto, Ishazi Coffee Shop, Ishazi Cafe. And then in terms of transport and accommodation, we have partnered with Rambura Safari as an official travel and tour partner. You reach out to them. Again, their social handles are available. If you Google them, Rambura Safaris, connect with them, and then they can arrange for you your transport and accommodation.
Now, this brings me also to another very interesting question that I've observed in the world of tourism. I love moving around whenever I can. And I belong to one of the groups that move around so much, the bikers community. Now, one of the things I've observed is, even as we are promoting domestic tourism, we miss the local people. You know, we come from Kampala here, we go to CP Falls, or we go to any other part of this country, and guess what? As you're moving away, you find the local people, like I told you about the ginger, people in ginger that have never seen the source of the Nile. How are you bringing them on board? And this goes to Moses. Which plans? The last marathon, I don't know how many of the local community did participate. Okay, they may not be the next of the area, but the leadership, or you know, the people within that area to feel, not because it's not about saying people from Kampala were here and ran, you know. Take me through that.
So yes, I want to begin by commending the people of Kisoro. They are very, very good and beautiful people. They are, it's quality people. Now, how they are also being involved in this, we have also planned that, okay, the kit is runs for 70,000 shillings, but for the people on the ground, for the Baturaji, those that live in Kisoro, they are going to just be able to purchase a bib at only 10,000 shillings. So yes, we're still up for discussion, but we want to also ensure that in as much as they are there, that they don't just see people coming in and running and not taking part of it. We want to also bring them on board. But they too are also going to benefit from this, because now supermarkets are going to be able to make sales, shop, the markets, and even the food. I was talking about different things. I was talking about the air, but even the food that is in Kisoro, you need to try it. You go to a restaurant and you're going to pay your money, and there's going to be value for money. And I'm talking about very organic food, not where oil that was dipped in there. No, very, very fresh. And So you realize that you're going to live there more healthy. That in case you're having any form of like stress or things that are disturbing you, after the marathon, if you can write down what is disturbing you, go back and check on what you had written after you're back. You realize that a lot has changed. Yes, but also the people on the ground, we have like the Batwa community. These are people that also, they are the indigenous people, and they used to live in the national parks, of course, before this land was gazetted. But they also have very, very beautiful things that they do. They have like, they show us their way of life. They take us through their community, their beds, how they prepared food, how they used to hunt. We have the bow and arrow experience. I don't know if you've tried that out, Mr. Chirago, where they give you, and for them, they're the pygmies, but they have like a very, very serious aim. Can get a spear and then throw it. You can see these banana trees, well, the third one is then I'm going to hit. And you'd get it and throw it, and exactly bullseye. So these are some of the things that you'll be able to check out when you come. We have a different, we have a culture experience that we had where we're able to show you that how the weddings, our culture weddings used to transpire, they used to take place, how a man would get to meeting to the family of the girl, and then how the entire thing was organized, arranged. Even that you can come and witness it. So that is how the people on the ground are also being part of this. That the arm of tourism is creating that unity. So that us who have something to show, now we're now bringing the supply and the demand for them to be able now to work together. That's the platform that Virunga Gloria Marathon is organizing for us as Ugandans. Thank you so much.
Well, very interesting. I'm happy that the local community is also on board. They'll be able to make some good money, but also on the other side, they're able to participate. Yes. Because I really enjoy seeing the local communities not being left out. Well, allow me go for a short break. When I come back, I and my guests will be still discussing, that is the Virunga Gorilla Marathon that will kick off on the 31st of May. And we want you to be in Kisoro and be part of it.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Buza Commissioner, enhancing tax education and bringing it closer to the taxpayers. Many Ugandans have questions about the taxes they pay to URA.
When we come at revenue, they tell us to clear Chitenge at 10,000. And when we are selling Chitenge, we sell it at 17. So we don't know whether we are working or not.
Understanding your tax obligations can help you grow your business and avoid unnecessary losses. Now, you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
May, all roads lead to Kisoro, but for a wise man, you go there earlier because there is so much that we've been told that you can't afford to miss. And when you go on the D-Day, you may find that maybe you're caught by time and you may not be able to enjoy. But we're talking about the Virunga Gorilla Marathon that is going to take place on the 31st of May. Now, with me, I have two gentlemen with whom we are discussing this. We've talked about the beauty. We've talked about the numbers we are expecting. Now, I want to look at the impact, away from the economic bit of it, Ivan, the impact of this marathon. You know, yes, we are running to create more awareness, promote domestic tourism, but what other areas are we intending to achieve?
Thank you, Kiro. So the other reason why we are running this year is for creating awareness about our environment. We want the public to know that climate change is real. Climate change is actually, you know, impacting us in more negative ways than positive ways. And what can we do? Each of us has a responsibility in our simple ways and in our individual capacities to stand up and do something about it. So as Virunga Gorilla Marathon, we have partnered with Stanbic to be in particular. Stanbic Bank has come on board, and we are buying trees and we are taking them on the ground and partnering with a local school that we are yet to identify, and we plant 10,000 trees in the next say 6 months, so that we can have these trees up and visible in probably another 1 year. And these will be fruit trees to be precise, so that the community can also benefit from these fruit trees.
So you talked about partners. Who are these partners in the planting?
So we intend to identify at least 2 schools, 2 local schools, and we'll encourage them to have environment clubs that are active. And why? Because it nurtures the young ones early enough to know about environmental responsibility, but also for sustainability of the trees that we are going to plant. If we plant these trees, they could be eaten by goats, by cows, but somebody has to look out for them and ensure that they indeed grow. And when the fruits come of age to be eaten, then they can even take more responsibility for that.
Moses, being in this tourism business, and of course a good partner of the Virunga Gorilla Marathon, one of the things that usually I face when I travel across different parts of the country is accommodation. Now, Kisoro is a bit at distance. Give us your assessment. How prepared, how is this issue going to be handled? Because we do not want to leave anyone behind because of such fears. Many times people fear to travel, most so in huge numbers because of accommodation. They know when people are going to be there, the few hotels are going to be booked. How is Kisoro standing and how have you prepared for that?
Oh yes, okay, thank you so much. So yeah, in accommodation, we are not doing badly, but of course, because now we are now bringing in something new, we're bringing in something that is also going to be a blast. It's going to really shake us a bit. That's the honest truth. But I can say we have quality accommodation, ranging from hotels, we have the lodges, we have guest houses, we have Airbnbs, and
campsites.
Yeah, campsites, yes. Actually, there's also going to be a camping site where we're going to pitch up tents. So for those who also want to come and have this camping experience, please feel free to also get in touch with us. Like I've told us, you can apply on the website, and you find our contacts there. But for the hotels, if you want, definitely, it's also our encouragement that you book early, so that you leave no room for surprises. You know, it's also good that we also remain organized and arranged, so that we don't start doing the blame game. People didn't tell us, but the accommodation is there. It is readily available. And even in the national parks, there are very, very beautiful lodges, beautiful hotels that are there. I can assure you, when you set foot there, they're breathtaking. For lack of a better word, let me say breathtaking. But as for the Virunga Gorilla Marathon, we are ready to take on the task, and there's a lot of preparations that is coming ahead, and also a call to our investors, or to our people from Kisoro but living in Kampala, and also those who are also in Kisoro, that it is now a very, very safe space to invest in accommodation, invest in lodges, and I can assure you those places will be utilized thoroughly. Yes, and we're now investing in quality, because now we are now setting a quality standard for Kisoro. We're now bringing it, we're taking Kisoro to the world and bringing the world to Kisoro. Yes, please.
Very interesting, and an assurance there for you. However, you need to book early. Now, Ivan, for a person who is well conversant with Kisoro, is it that we must move in groups? Can I acquire the kit and then drive there, then catch up with you people? You know, also these are some of the clarifications that you need to make.
So as I mentioned earlier, this marathon is supposed to be an experience. And truly, if you travel alone, you might not have that great an experience as if you travel with a group of people, friends. So you want to be able to travel with friends and then build memories together, go having stopovers along the way, and make that 7 hours look like it was 1 hour. Make it that short and brief and interesting and action-packed. So my best advice to you is get yourselves in groups, in packs, travel. First of all, you save costs, obviously, because you're carpooling. But secondly, you are creating memories together, and you're shortening that distance because of what you're going through together. Yeah.
So you have organized like a departure, the time, a venue that you can converge this, that, and then live together.
Yes, so our travel and accommodation partner, Rambura Safaris, has organized that. Again, if you reach out on them, to them rather, online, you'll get the details from them. But I know that they have organized a centralized point of pickup and drop-off on particular days in the week leading to 31st of May. And they have organized transport, which is pooled transport, buses, if I may also add on, Uganda Wildlife Authority, one of our partners, has offered a bus, and this should be taken advantage of. But Rambura has also its pooled group transportation means, and they will be from particular points that will be communicated to and from.
Yeah. Well, you can't afford knowing Uganda more than you do as of now by visiting Kisoro. I was reading about Kisoro, and many times I quote the words of Winston Churchill when he arrived in Uganda and said, after viewing the beautiful scenery of Uganda, and it was named the Pearl of Africa, he was in Kisoro. I have no doubt about it. If anyone is ready to disagree with me, we'll open books. So that is the point where the man observed that indeed Uganda is the Pearl of Africa. So if you want to look at Uganda as the Pearl of Africa, then indeed it must be in Kisoro. And you look at some of these peaks. Are they 3?
Yes.
So I'm told he stood at one of them, or the highest, something like that. And he wondered, he had never seen such a beauty. So you have to be in Kisoro come the 31st. Now, we are talking about a marathon. You've not given us where we are starting, where we are going. We've just talked about passing through. Please take me through that as well.
So the marathon is going to start at 6:30 a.m. On 31st. It will be Saturday. The gods of weather have said it's going to be clear, it's going to be sunny, it's going to be beautiful. It will be at Mayor's Gardens, which is right in the middle of Kisoro town. We are going to have 4 races, 42 kilometers, 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and 6 kilometers. They are being curated to go through the trails around the villages around Kisoro town. There's not going to be what they call looping. Looping is where you go one direction and return in the opposite direction in the same route. No, each one is going to be an independent route. But they're being curated to go by the beautiful physical features that we want you to see. That is Lake Mutanda and Lake Mulehe, and obviously the beautiful mountains of Muhabura, Mugahinga, and Sabinho.
So do you have any estimated number you're thinking of?
So last year we had registrations of just over 500. This year we expect probably double that, or just over 1,200 thereabout. Yeah.
Well, huge numbers, and you can't afford to miss out on this experience. I love the fact that it's not only about running for the goodness of your health, but there is so much in terms of tourism. We've participated in marathons here in Kampala. The streets even know our food. But you're only running and running for a cause. And this, again, brings me back to you, Ivan.
Yes.
Apart from domestic tourism, you talked about climate. Some of these marathons, they have maybe where the proceeds will go to or something like that. Do we have this time around as well?
No, this time we do not have a cause as such. No, this is a different event. Probably next year or the year after, we shall figure out if there's a cause we can attach to. But this year, we're not.
Now, Moses.
Yes, please.
You've been in the tourism business for some time, more so in Kisoro down there. How is this flourishing in terms of domestic, or may I say Ugandans? Because I know when it comes to the white man, people pay as much as 2.5 just to look at the gorillas. Yeah. But how are we, the local people, the Ugandans, doing?
Honestly speaking, the Ugandan, our domestic tourism is it's picking up. It is upcoming. You know, there's a difference between up and coming and upcoming. So ours is upcoming because there are very few people who actually know. When you tell them about the gorillas and how much people, when you talk to the people and tell them how much Bazungu are paying to come and see the gorillas, and then they say, what? People are paying that money, and then yes, at our rate is almost a quarter. Like it's less than a quarter. It's so little, but people have not really come and see these gorillas, the golden monkeys, to come and even hike their own the mountains that we have in our nation. So it's called that people that domestic tour, that local tourism that now begins to pick up, and I can assure you, like I've kept on assuring you, the assurance means clear that once you come there, there is value for your time. Yeah, not just, we don't want to even value money alone, because to get to there's a sacrifice of time. But that sacrifice that you've put, I can assure you that the proceeds from it will always give back to you. So now, right now, of course, now we can say that now we are sowing the seeds for people to be able to come and buy into this idea of coming and running, but also to check out the different scenery, the different the way of life. The way of life actually that is down in Kisoro is actually different from here. The pace is different, but yeah, and the way you feel is also different. I was also telling you about the way even we perceive things. We think actually a little bit different. I don't know if it is, but yes, you come and experience it. Thank you so much.
Well, go and experience that. Don't attach money, because there are certain things that money can never buy. Think of your time. It is worth spending your time on that, as we ensure that we do not miss the Virunga Gorilla Marathon that is on the 31st of May. Every Ugandan, please at least find time, get there. Look, there is so much away from the running, and this has triggered my mind. Now, on the side of you, the organizers, the marathon is on the 31st of May. And believe you me, Kisoro is not that you're going to start in the morning, and we're talking about moving as a group. So how have we planned our departures? Because now I'm also going. I am now interested to know us who are going. How have we planned? When do we? I want to look at the mountain gorillas. I want to look at the lakes you've talked about. I want to look at the Batwa. I've heard so much about them. They are short. I hear their way of life. I want to see the Batwa. Of course, the fresh air, once I'm there, I'm told it will be obvious. I want to think different, all that. So how do I enjoy all these so many, yet we are fronting one activity?
So thank you, Chirabo. So plan your travel to give yourself time to enjoy this buffet or this buffet of activities. If you travel on Tuesday, by the way, there's another activity that I did not mention. That is the mountain hiking, the 3-in-3 that I mentioned when I was introducing the genesis of the marathon that I experienced myself. So if you travel on Tuesday, you should be able to do the 3-in-3. That is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You hike each of the peaks, And if you still have energy in you, then you can do the 10 or the 21 on Saturday morning. Otherwise, if you have time, you could travel a weekend before and experience the other 2 activities, combine it to the 3 in 3, and then do the marathon. And you can do an iteration of each of those in between. Choose what you can do and what you should skip out, depending on how much time you have and the cost as well. So plan accordingly. But obviously, on Sunday, which is the first, the activity will be done. So it will be departure time, depending on how you came, and that's then how you leave. Also to point out that at the end of the marathon, we shall have a Tusker Light Rev, a party with one of the best DJs in town. So it's going to be a very good party that you definitely will be tired on Sunday and have to have a rest, probably plan to travel back on Monday. Yeah.
So now it is you to determine what you will go for. But the most important thing is the marathon. And we want you to be part of this and to gain more knowledge regarding this part of the country. The area that borders, or where you can even stand at a certain point of it, and you're in 3 countries, I'm told. And this, Moses, please, more on that.
Yes. So the Virunga Ranges are 3 number. Mountain Muhabura, that stands at 4,127 meters above sea level. Then we have Mountain Gahinga, that is the shortest among the 3. And then we have Mountain Sabino that has, on the 3rd peak, is where the 3 countries meet. Actually, I keep on telling people, my friends, that you step in one, your right leg is in Uganda, your left leg is in Rwanda, you touch Congo. Yeah, you have one passport, you're in 3 countries. So that's the beauty about Kisoro. And these are some of the things I'm telling you about. That you went to Kisoro, but in as much as you had gone, you are abroad. You are not just up country. You entered Rwanda and Uganda just in less than a minute. Those are some of the things that they don't really, you not really understand them up to when you're on the ground. And also the hike. Such I recommend that hike for you. That hike is it's beautiful from the bamboo level, there's different sceneries, there's a lot of that you can be able to see when you're there. And then there's also a point when you're at the same level with the clouds. You take your picture, your selfie, and the background, the clouds. Yes, now for those who are not believing, come and prove me wrong. We are going to exchange facts. Yes, visit Kisoro and you'll see what we're talking about.
Well, very interesting. Visit Kisoro and, of course, the Gorilla Marathon. That is on the 31st. Don't forget that date. But travel earlier so that you do not miss on a lot. Well, time seems to be flying, and I'll just be giving each of you 2 minutes for your parting shots. Allow me begin with Ivan.
So as a parting shot, I'll probably just mention something you hadn't asked about, external. I know we're talking about domestic tourism. East Africans should be considered domestic tourists as well, maybe. So I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you so much to the Rwandans in Kigali, to the Kenyans in Nairobi who have turned up massively. They have done registrations massively. Last year, Stanchard Nairobi Marathon gave us a tent, and we did an activation over there, and we had about 200 plus registrations. That was massive, and they're continuing to register. So we're looking at about 300 Kenyans registering, which could bring the number now to about 1,500 people expected. So thank you so much to you East Africans for being part of our domestic tourism. If you didn't know, by the way, Mr. Kirabo, Ugandans probably the number 2 tourists to Kenya after, is it the US, after the Americans? Ugandans make the next highest number of tourists to Kenya. So when we see them now coming and reversing that, we're happy, and we hope that they can do it in as many numbers as we are doing. To you. Thank you.
Well, Moses, as we move out of here.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, our dear viewers. And yeah, my final point is that like I've mentioned all this about Kisoro. Yes, that we want you to come. We have our teams that are ready, different tour operators, tour guides. We have different packages for, yeah, do not try to say that, hey, that's a little bit expensive. We have packages for every Ugandan, because at the end of the day, this is home, and we want you to be the first people to experience home. And also, like what Ivan has just talked about, domestic tourism, of course, cuts across East Africa. So well, we welcome you all. When you reach there, yes, yes, Lake Mutanda, there's a very, very beautiful boat, the Amazing Grace boat. You need to check it out. Yes, quality. Thank you so much. So come, let's enjoy together and experience what lies ahead of us. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, and of course our viewer, thank you so much for being with us. Well, you need to know your country more than the foreigners do. And this is an opportunity. Sometimes doing it alone could be very expensive and hard for you. But when there is such opportunities, please take advantage of them. There's no price tag you can attach to touring your country, to the knowledge you're going to get, to the excitement of meeting the various people, but also above all for your health, because we have a marathon. Have a lovely day. May the good Lord bless you. See you tomorrow, God willing, for God and my country.